Hello, everyone. It is another nomination morning, another happy morning. SAG Awards nominations, the Screen Actors Guild, 160,000 members, comprised of mostly actors, some influencers in there, some other people, podcasters and such. Their nominations. This is a pretty important precursor, I think, and there's usually at least one or two big surprises here pretty much every year. So, how do you feel heading into it, Anthony? Are you
Yeah.
ready?
Yes, I'm ready. It's very exciting to get to our first Guild Award. This is going to be
Yeah.
our first taste of what the industry is saying. I know we have a lot of members. I believe over 100,000 members, if not way more. But this really is the first major overlap with the Academy voters. We're allowed to get a sense of what they like, what they're seeing. I think that the things to look out for is this is the last real reprieve for the color purple. It really needs to perform
Hmm.
well here. I also think it's important. I'm really interested to see if there are any smaller ensembles that are able to break in, like we saw with Banshees of Inisherin, where all of those individual
Yeah.
people nominated in the individual categories, but then still benefited from a cast ensemble nomination. Those are always the two things that I'm looking out for. Which films really are the industry paying attention to, and which smaller films are able to sneak in and really get that big show of support from SAG.
Yeah, agreed. Well, without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to be reading from a website because they do the announcements on Instagram Live for some reason. And then it's weird to watch that live and somehow have it recorded and then it disappears after they do it. So we're just going to be reading from a website because it's much easier. Let's see. With first off, oh, well, American Fiction is in ensemble. Okay.
Okay, it is
I
a
don't
great
think you
ensemble.
expected that.
No, I think this is
Um,
a surprise, but this is very good.
Okay. That's a good sign of strength for that movie. Okay.
If you
Let's
doubted its
see.
best picture chances, I think now there's
It's
there's no going back.
definitely in there. Yeah. And Barbie, of course, of course.
Good.
Um, The Color Purple. Okay. It's not completely dead. I know some people didn't think it was gonna make it in here and it was gonna miss every guild. It's not completely dead. I still don't think it makes Best Picture probably,
Yeah.
but
I
I
think
think it's
the actors are by far the most rewarding part of this film, so I'm glad they
mhm,
as a whole are getting nominated. Now we turn to
yeah.
whether Daniel Brooks and Taraji
I
and
think Brooks will I think
Fantasia can get in.
Fantasia will be a
Yeah.
big teller here in
Yeah.
terms of
Um,
how strong the movie is. Um, okay. Killers of the Flower Moon. Okay, and then I imagine the last is Oppenheimer. Okay. Okay. No Saltburn. I know we both predicted Saltburn.
Um,
Um,
yeah, I think we were thinking that this is a body that goes for popular stuff, that goes
mhm,
for things like Babylon last year. But I think American Fiction, that means that screener made it around, that people checked it out, and that
yeah,
is a very well balanced, um, very well balanced
ensemble.
ensemble.
Yeah.
Everybody is really showing up, and I think they're doing things that they're playing characters that they don't often get to play.
Yeah.
Also, we should note Issa Rae nominated twice with the American
Oh,
Fiction
she is.
and
Yes.
Barbie.
Yeah. I believe the only person here nominated twice. Yes. Very impressive. Okay, nothing too crazy, honestly, there.
Good list.
I'd say that's 4 Best Picture movies in Color Purple.
We'll see if Color Purple can also get PGA.
Get PGA. That'll be maybe. It could maybe then sneak in.
Yeah.
What do we have up next? We've got actress next. Okay. We have there we go. Annette Bening for Naiad. Okay. I think that's probably your 5th spot and everything else is as expected, but I thought it was going to be Natalie Portman for the Netflix spot, but I guess not. Okay. Now Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon. Yes. I think our future Oscar winner. Um, Carrie Mulligan, Maestro. Yes. Margot Robbie, Barbie,
Wow. Okay.
and Emma Stone for Poor Things. Okay, I think that pretty much went as expected there. The 5th spot ended up being Naiad, Annette Bening.
Or would you say that's the 5th spot, or which? I mean, I guess for SAG, Margot Robbie was probably your 4th spot.
Yeah,
Um,
I think
I'm
so.
interested though because she won, I believe, at the Astros over the weekend. Margot Robbie for Best Actress.
She
Um,
tied with Lily. Yes.
Lily Gladstone, still a win.
Yes.
She still gets to take an award home, but she won there. She obviously got nominated Golden Globes. She was nominated Critics' Choice. Margot
Mhm.
Robbie in Barbie is not as fallible as other performers. She
She
needs
hasn't
to
missed
for
anything that she's needed to, really, honestly.
I mean,
I
honestly, if the only thing she misses is BAFTA, is that really that much of a show of, like
I don't
again,
think so.
Academy might go like, the Academy taste and that acting branch might incline themselves more to a Greta Lee in Past Lives if that film does well,
Mhm.
but I feel like a lot of people respect Margot Robbie as the face of Barbie, and that might be helping her in these
Yeah.
categories.
Yeah, if you're gonna nominate Barbie, I think a lot of people want to nominate Barbie herself. Um, so okay, nothing too crazy there. I don't think we've had a crazy thing yet. Let's see if actor
No
has
Jared
anything
Leto's yet.
crazy. No Jared Leto's. I don't think we'll have one. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't think he was in anything.
Wait,
Um,
alright.
Bradley Cooper for Maestro. Okay,
Mhm.
expected. Coleman Domingo for Rustin. Okay, I think we both had him in there in the fifth spot for the Netflix spot. Okay. Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers.
Good.
Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer,
And Lee
and
oh, no.
Jeffrey Wright, American
Oh,
Fiction.
yes, okay,
Okay,
that's right. I was like,
okay.
we already did D, so there's no Leonardo.
Yeah,
Um,
yes. No
yeah,
DiCaprio, yes, he missed. I think he's fallible. I don't think Domingo gets in at the Oscar. I still have Andrew Scott as my fifth spot, but it could
that would
just
be
be
nice. I'm seeing it tomorrow, so I'm very happy. Finally
I
gonna
think he'll
check
be a
that one
passion pick. Yeah.
off. And I guess I'll redo my top 10 list probably.
Yes, yes,
Um,
probably, hopefully.
yeah, I think listen, Coleman Domingo, now also twice nominated with the ensemble The
Mhm,
Color Purple and now individually. I think that he is benefiting from a great year. I think this is maybe the year that people really realized, oh, this is Coleman Domingo. We need to award him. They're
mhm,
catching up with him. And yeah, I mean, listen, between giving it, Rustin and Coleman Domingo, yes, he's already nominated for The Color Purple, but giving it to him versus DiCaprio, who's already nominated for that performance in ensemble, maybe that's what the voters were doing, trying to spread the love among the films. But other than that, the other four are expected. Um,
mhm.
and I wonder if this might be your Oscar 5. I need to see All the Strangers like actually
Uh,
released, and it would have to do well at BAFTA.
yeah, I don't think Domingo is gonna end up getting in the
I mean,
end. I just don't think enough.
we know that Rustin's getting in for song. We know it's getting a nomination for Lenny
Mhm.
Kravitz's Road to Freedom, so that at least means that some branch has their eye on it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, moving on. Let's see to female actor in a supporting role, Emily Blunt. Expected,
Woo! Let's
expected.
go.
They love her here. Um, there we go. She made it in. Daniel Brooks for Color Purple.
Mhm.
Um,
Another two-time nominee.
oh, Penelope
Haha!
Cruz for
Yes!
Ferrari.
Let's
There's our
go.
surprise.
And a
I
deserving
haven't seen
surprise.
this.
Oh, she is
Okay.
fantastic. There's a scene at the end, that is so powerful, but also you can see that she is just her soul is crushing throughout the entire film. It is such a great performance, in a very good film. I actually I enjoyed Ferrari quite a bit, but she is completely deserving of this. I love this nomination. This is great.
Yeah, yeah. I think honestly, I don't think she was BAFTA longlisted for Ferrari. So
She wasn't
interesting.
BAFTA longlisted for Parallel Mothers either, and that was maybe the best performance of that year.
Yeah,
Like, that was a
yeah.
great performance.
She could she could sneak in.
Very. She seems like that Kathy Bates type of nomination, like
Mhm.
with Jewel. Like she's an Oscar favorite, always does good work, doesn't need a lot of attention thrusted onto her. She just does her great work, and the actors branch notice.
Okay. Let's see who's I think Jodie Foster for Naiad. Okay.
Wow, both of them made it
There
in.
we go.
So no Julianne
And
Moore?
Divine Joy Randolph.
No
Yep.
Julianne Moore.
Yep. Okay, so Penelope Cruz gets the last spot there. I think Jodie Foster is looking pretty good right now. Hasn't missed a single thing.
And
This
True
also, I think,
Detective
shows
starts on Sunday.
True Detective starts on Sunday. Exactly. I think this also shows the strength of Netflix here in particular, with Bradley Cooper, or not Brad. Well, yeah, Bradley Cooper, Coleman Domingo, Carey Mulligan, Annette Bening,
Jodie
and then
Foster.
Jodie Foster. All of them. So
Yeah.
Penelope Cruz definitely the most surprising thing so far. I think supporting actor should hopefully be our expected five, but let's see.
Let's see, does Melton get in now?
Oh,
I
Sterling K. Brown.
Oh, maybe
So
not. Maybe not.
someone's missing. If it's Melton, because Moore and Portman have both missed, I'm going to die.
But Sterling K. Brown,
Oh
great.
my god. Who is missing? Willem Dafoe is here
Mark
too.
Ruffalo not in here. That would be very surprising if they went with Dafoe over Ruffalo. Or maybe
De
no De
Niro's
Niro?
probably
Maybe no De Niro.
if
Maybe it's
Charles Melton is not here,
I
guys,
don't think it's looking
what
good.
is the
I think
what is the point of
it might be
anything?
Ruffalo, Downey, and Gosling. That might be your 5.
Uh, uh, oh God, what? It's just gonna be Gosling and Downey, isn't it?
Oh, De Niro? Downey?
Fuck! Where
Wow.
is Charles Melton?
Listen, I love the film. It's in my top 5. But I think that Netflix did not know how to campaign this film. I think pushing it as a comedy in certain places did not help it. And I think a lot of people are being made uncomfortable by this movie, and that's why we love it. But maybe that's not when you have a voting body this huge. I know a lot of people who thought it was silly that they were comparing it to the Mary Kay Letourneau reality. There might be too many things against this movie, unfortunately. So even though Melton would certainly deserve to be in this category, as much as I love Willem Dafoe and Robert De Niro and Sterling K. Brown, like all these people, Charles Melton definitely deserves to be in here as one of the best.
I am upset. How? How? I just don't get it. That's what
Right after you
he
were
looks
saying
so
how good
strong.
Netflix is and how
How
well it's
good
performing.
Netflix's mediocre films seem to do. Apparently, their one good movie SAG doesn't like.
Yeah.
No Charles Melton. Oh my God. And Willem Dafoe and Sterling K. Brown. Willem Dafoe over Ruffalo
That
is.
that to me is really because like listen, you could say that okay, May December just didn't perform well with this voting body, but
Mhm.
also like it just seems odd because like Willem Dafoe is in such a fractionally smaller section of that film than Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo is almost a co-lead with Emma Stone, and he's doing things that we've never really seen from him before. I felt that that performance asked more of him, even though Willem Dafoe is of course great and does what is required. But we've seen Willem Dafoe do that before. He does that in his sleep, burping and looking creepy
Yeah.
like as he always does. But okay, I mean, I think then what this tells you is there is no surprise for people who were thinking Mountain could surprise. I think this is Downey all the way.
Oh yeah, Melton has no shot at winning. He would be lucky to get a nomination at this point. He's not going to get BAFTA or SAG. I mean,
I
that's.
I think that Sterling K. Brown probably will not translate over. I think this is
I don't
American
think so.
Fiction is doing much better here than in other places. And that you were
It could
likely
just be both Poor Things guys, those as the double nominee.
it's possible. It's
Because
possible.
De Niro looks like he won't be snubbed.
I mean, Brian Tyree Henry wasn't nominated at SAG, was he?
No, he just got
No.
Critics' Choice.
They went for Eddie Redmayne for The Good Nurse. So I think that
Yeah.
Melton still has a chance with the acting branch of the Academy to do well, and I don't think May December will be shut out. I think it will probably show up in screenplay as well. But it is surprising. I think this speaks more to the size of SAG and that you're not dealing. I think when you deal with a strictly film academy, people who know how to read film, that film does better. Like that's going to play better in film theory classes than like just production classes, for example.
Yeah.
But that is surprising. Very surprising.
That's very upsetting, guys. Charles Melton is my horse in this race. He better get that Oscar
Follow
nomination.
Jack into the cave with Austin Butler and Charles Melton.
I don't know. I'm just gonna cry after this, but we still have one more category to do.
And
We've
stunts.
got stunts. Let's see if Charles Melton got in here somehow.
For the hot dogs.
For Bad Boys
We're almost
4.
falling off the roof.
Yeah. Okay, Barbie. Okay, I think that might be your winner here, to be honest. Guardians made it in. They usually have a superhero movie in here.
Yeah.
Okay, Indiana Jones. I wouldn't have expected that.
Stunts were good. Him riding the horse.
Honestly, Indiana Jones is getting 2 Oscar nominations. Indiana Jones is getting 2 Oscar nominations, I think. It's doing pretty good. I think it's gonna score and VFX.
Maybe sound too. You never know.
Maybe. I don't know if it was shortlisted for sound, but maybe.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah, we have only 10 options there.
I'm like, it could show up in so many places.
It could get Best Picture. No, not quite. John Wick Chapter 4, and I imagine
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
There you go.
Okay, no Iron Claw, which I think we expected. Maybe that's not seen quite as much as I
That was a
think they
lot
see
of
the
choice.
action movies more as stunt
But they've seen
movies.
American Fiction, so, that
Mhm.
helped. So,
Yeah, and then, I mean, I don't think I have no clue what's going on in TV, but
it's just
all
because
of
so many characters. Oh, Catherine Hahn, yay for her.
oh, yeah.
Um,
Such a different schedule for
I know.
TV that it's hard to know what's eligible where,
Also, it's
but
the
this
same
all
names
looks
everywhere.
yeah. This all looks pretty
Oh,
good
the
to
Gilded
me.
Age, good for the Gilded Age.
No,
The Succession.
where's Jeremy Strong here? Brian
Well,
Cox, but not Jeremy Strong?
that's interesting.
Jeremy Strong, I don't think will be winning the
Also, Ma
Emmy.
Matthew McFadden is a lead, or do they not do supporting?
They don't do supporting for some reason.
That's strange.
Like, see, Hannah Waddingham is in
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
female
yeah.
actor in comedy.
All these different
And
rules.
drama, Sarah Snook is there. That's
That's
all I care about.
keep going, one more.
This is stunts. Okay, yeah. No, I don't think there's. I think the big thing there was probably no Jeremy Strong.
Fair
But those were the SAG nominations. You know, for the most part, pretty good. And then we got to supporting actor, and they just lost all credibility. Um, I yeah. What are your thoughts overall after these SAG nominations?
Thoughts? I think. Listen, despite May December not performing well, I do think that you saw that. I think overall the guild SAG is the most inclusive, and we saw that represented here with American Fiction, with Color Purple. I also think that we had listen, some of my favorite performances got in. Oppenheimer got in,
Mhm.
so
Yep.
I feel, again, besides Melton, I think this was a pretty good crop. Penelope Cruz getting in was pretty
Mhm.
great. So yeah, I know there's a May December eclipse over this entire
I
thing.
don't get
Uh,
it. I don't get it.
but
It
other
didn't
than
get a
that, I
single
mean,
thing.
you know, it's pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with these nominations.
Outside of the May December stuff, I agree. But like nothing for May December at BAFTAs, nothing for it at SAG. I worry so much. I don't know. It's scary. I just don't understand how the best supporting actor performance of the year by a mile, no offense to everyone else in the category, isn't even getting nominated or longlisted at places where we're still throwing out nominations for, no offense, less, not quite as good work from other people.
You
But
know that y your favorites are not doing well when we start bringing in the objective language. Like, this
it
is
is objective. It is objective. I think everyone agrees Charles Melton, best supporting actor in a film of last year.
I don't
I
think I've
doubt
seen
everyone
you this
agrees.
angry, ever, in the history of our show.
This is a performance I'm very invested in. I just and I thought he could win a few weeks ago, like a month ago, and now he's not even getting nominated at these places.
Yeah.
I just feel very strongly, especially looking at the other options, that he is by far and away the best here. Like if Milo Machado Grainer was here, I'd be like, okay, I'm fine with him winning. He's also incredible. But like
Yeah.
Downey's fine.
Oh,
I know
no,
you like him in
Sandra Hüller,
Oppenheimer.
we should
No
mention,
Sandra Fuller. They
who
don't go
might
for
take
foreign
he might
performances.
be taking Annette Bening's spot then,
I think she will.
yeah,
Usually they go 3 or 4 for 5 SAG. They rarely go 5 for 5.
yeah.
They sometimes
And
do
I
in
think
some categories.
given how strong Color Purple was here getting into ensemble, the fact that Fantasia Barrino did not get into female actor probably means that that's you're now looking for Annette Bening and Margot Robbie, the SAG nominees, fighting for that 5th spot with a
Yeah.
potential Greta Lee upset.
Yeah, yeah. And I no longer Natalie Portman upset, I don't think that's in the cards anymore, unfortunately.
You think Julianne Moore is
Um,
still in the cards?
I think so, because she still got longlisted at BAFTA. I think that category is a lot more fluid than actress, where it seems like there's like almost 4 spots locked up and everyone's fighting for the last spot. I think there's like maybe 2 or 3 spots in supporting actress that are pretty safe, but I think there's a lot of people fighting for those last few spots that
Yeah.
I think she could still get in, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. She's one of the best supporting actress performances of the year. I think that's the best acted pound for pound film of the year, and they didn't recognize a single aspect of it at the Actors Guild Award.
Jack
But they
is
did
salty.
recognize Naiad and Rustin. And I don't want to start making fun of other things, so I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
all the people that, they're giving good work and everything. I think,
they
and
are.
again, the most part, they did do like we gotta, even though Poor Things is like a foregone conclusion, the fact that Emma Stone is nominated, like that's such a bonkers performance.
Mhm.
Like, it's great that that gets in, and Willem Dafoe, even though we all probably assumed that should be and would be Mark Ruffalo. Um, so, in the end, I think this doesn't really change too much. It was the reprieve that Color Purple needed, but also I don't know if that's gonna, like, we've seen certain films get reprieves here, like Bombshell, where Bombshell got
Mhm.
ensemble and got the Theron, Kidman, and Robbie nominated individually, and still that didn't get it to Best Picture. Now that was in a
Yeah.
year where it wasn't mandatory to be 10, though we probably assumed that The Farewell would be that number 10 pick that year. Um, so it's, or Knives Out,
Maybe.
like, so it's tough. So I do think that Color Purple really needs to show up at PGA to really cement this momentum, but I don't know if it can. I think American Fiction really comes out the best today, getting
Yeah,
ensemble
American Fiction looks
and
strong.
Sterling K. Brown, which he could end up taking Melton's spot, if we're being perfectly honest.
He could. He could. I still I have seen the film now. I mean, but this happens with plenty of performances. I don't quite see what's like completely nomination worthy about it. He's great in it, but he doesn't like have even like a scene. I mean, he has a good scene with Jeffrey Wright towards the end,
That
but
scene was
I
good.
just
The scene that stayed with me, which people
is the
know,
one with his
is
mom.
when he's dancing with his mom and the
Yeah.
look on his face. I think that is a really strong, and it's a strong character.
Hmm.
I think the thing that will hurt him the most potentially is just that he's looked at as a television actor. Um,
Hmm.
this Is Us and The People vs. O.J. Simpson. I think unfairly, he's a great actor and giving great work
Yeah.
here. But if American Fiction is too small, and maybe they do, like maybe people love May December if it gets into screenplay and they're paying attention to Melton. Um,
I could see the Academy. I mean, I would have said this about BAFTAs too. The Academy in their taste liking May December more than I think SAG, which is I think more populist.
yeah,
And Sterling
it's
K. Brown
liking
is a big.
that.
I think being a TV star actually kind of helps you at SAG in some ways where it
Look
may
at
hurt
Viola
you at the
Davis. I mean,
Oscars.
How to Get Away with
Hmm.
Murder definitely helped her build her momentum, and now during the period between Doubt and Fences, I think How to Get Away with Murder really
Yeah,
supported her career.
yeah. So looking at each, I think in actress, the one you take out and replace at the Oscars is Benning for Huller. I think
Mhm.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
If Huller misses, if Huller and Melton both miss the two best performances of the
I
year,
don't think it's gonna happen. I think
this
Hewler
chan this channel
Hewler
will
is
be deleted
Anatomy of a
because
Fall is definitely stronger than May December, um,
yes,
and I think that she will be fine.
I
Um,
hope so. That's the singular best performance of the year. I think an actor you probably take out Domingo for either DiCaprio or, in my opinion, Andrew Scott. I'm holding out hope for that, but as I've seen so far, maybe hope
this
isn't
is
a
why
good idea.
I'm latching on to Oppenheimer like that, because then
You're
I'm not
latching
gonna
onto
be
things that'll
disappointed.
happen.
I'm not gonna be
Mhm.
disappointed.
I'm still latching onto my favorites, but I think Sandra Huller will happen at least.
Yeah.
But
All right, real quick, what do you think is gonna win at this stage?
at ensemble,
Just down
um,
the line.
I think I think Barbie probably. Uh, yeah, Barbie I think wins ensemble. It could just be Oppenheimer, but
I
they're
have a
very
feeling
populist here.
I have a feeling it's gonna be a straight sweep. Everybody's agreement. What I
Yeah,
think
because
is
maybe.
interesting is if Oppenheimer, because we've talked about Emily Blunt doing very well, and I
Mhm.
think that's lessening so. I think Divine Joy Randolph is coming forward as the thing to award, not the thing, she's not a thing, but like the embodiment,
Aspect.
the aspect, thank you, of
Mhm.
what to award the holdovers for.
Yeah.
Um, and so I think that could do her well. That could do well, but at the same time, they love Emily Blunt. So is there a
Mhm.
world where Oppenheimer wins ensemble, Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, and Downey? That would be crazy. That would be just
I
like, wow.
don't think
Um,
quite. I don't think we're gonna do that again after Everything Everywhere, but Oppenheimer is looking almost as strong as that movie was, but I still think I mean, it's really between those 2, nothing else has a shot, in my opinion. Maybe if Fantasia got in, I could maybe see Color Purple pull an upset, but, as between those 2, I'm gonna lean Barbie right now, but it Oppenheimer is definitely looking like the stronger film overall. I
and then
think actress
I would lean Lily, an actress, because
yeah.
she got ensemble where Poor Things did not. But Emma Stone
I
is very
just think I honestly think Lily's just sweeping this season.
Mhm.
I think there's far more, not support, but there's a lot more energy, around her winning than I think another Emma Stone win. I mean, you see the video of I think it was the Osage Nation reacting to
Yeah,
her Golden
that's
Globe
great.
win. There's a lot. I mean, Hillary Clinton is Instagramming about how happy she was to see
I
Lily
think
Gladstone win.
I think
It makes a lot of sense to me.
I think this is gonna be another year like 2017, like 2019. I think you could see all 4 winners win everywhere. Killian, Lily,
I think
Divine,
it's going to be a sweep.
and
Yeah,
Robert. I think it
yeah, because
as
that's who.
ensemble, I will lean Oppenheimer just because, again, I think despite Barbie being amazing and being
Mhm.
a cultural movement like Black Panther was in similar ways that, for representation, what like Coda was or Parasite was, I still think that people look at Oppenheimer as I do think there is the sentiment that as much as they love Barbie, Oppenheimer is a class above. The craft is
Mhm.
stronger. The acting is more exact and boundary pushing. So I'm gonna lean Oppenheimer, and then I guess stunts. I mean, maybe Barbie because
I
it's
think
the
Barb.
one that
I think
crosses over,
Barbie.
but also like Mission Impossible is the stunt movie.
And
Um,
so is John Wick, honestly. If you're just
yeah,
talking purely for stunts, it's not quite an ensemble as much as the others.
yeah,
But I mean, I think that is the stunt, even more than Mission Impossible, the stunt movie of the year.
yeah.
I'm still going to say Barbie, though. I think Barbie's going to do a Black Panther and win ensemble and stunts. I
There you
think
go.
they're similar.
Yeah.
I think I think it could have a very similar awards
And
trajectory
they'll
to
want
Black
Barbie to
Panther
win something, and
plus
so
acting.
Um, if Barbie doesn't win ensemble, then that's the way to win. Give it to Barbie.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, just like they did at the Globes.
yeah.
And
So
yeah, I agree. And I think it'll be a sweep. I think Killian will win here an actor, and then supporting actor would be Downey, and supporting actress I think would be Divine, but I don't know.
can't count
I
out
like how
Barbie.
we're awarding more subtle performances this year, pretty much all around. So I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Um, but yeah, I think it's looking like probably just a sweep here.
I love that we're in a world where, because listen, he's such a great performer and he's such has a persona. I'm glad that when Robert Downey Jr. gets his Oscar, it is for probably his most subtle, nuanced work. Like he's not this big flamboyant character, as much as he's great at that. There's something about him really showing off his chops that I just, as he said in his Golden Globe speech, I love proving my agents right.
Yes, yes. I think there is someone who gave a very subtle but also kind of showy great performance in that category, though, who wasn't
Not in that
nominated.
category. He's not there.
Well, in supporting actor overall, who
That is
deserves to win?
Oh my God. The Golden Globes, man, they're really shining a light as the best voting body when it comes to the
They are.
nominees. If only they picked hosts better, then we would be fine.
Critics' choice. Give Charles Melton the win or something. I don't know, guys. They're not.
Not
It's
gonna
just going to be
happen.
Downey everywhere. Who for your supporting actor Oscar 5? It's definitely Downey, Gosling. I think De Niro is probably number 3 now.
Yeah.
I'd still have the same 5, honestly. I'm not giving up on Melton until it's Oscar nomination more.
I gotta see. I I want to feel the room about American Fiction because I think Sterling K. Brown could have.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I could see that. I could also see it being both
Julianne
Poor
Moore
Things
missing,
guys.
I think, surprises me more because that, like, they replaced her with Ferrari, a
Hmm.
very like as
Yeah.
it's probably the most underseen movie on
Not a
this.
very seen movie. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that to me, the fact that you take out Julianne Moore, Oscar winner, SAG winner, and replace her with a movie that definitely has been seen less than May December on Netflix, that
Hmm.
to me really speaks to I worry maybe May December is another farewell. We're predicting all these nominations and it just comes up short everywhere.
Hopefully it at least gets screenplay. Oh my god, if it misses screenplay. Oh, but yeah, I wouldn't have. I don't know if I'd have Cruisen at the Oscars quite yet, but it's very. I mean, they love her at the
Yeah.
Oscars, so it's very possible. It seems like she's the standout of that film.
And Jodie Foster hasn't missed, right? She got
She hasn't
she's
missed a single thing. She's
and this
gotten
is
in
before
everywhere.
True Detective. She's in. I think she's in.
Before True Detective, I think she's in as well. I think Blunt's in. I think Brooks could miss, but she's probably in. I think Randolph is in, and then that 5th spot is I think between Cruise, Moore, and I don't
Rosamund
think
Pike.
Ferrer has a shot now. Um, Maybe Rosamund Pike. We'll have to see who
Yeah.
gets the final slots at BAFTA.
And who gets in at
Um,
picture if Saltburn gets in as the number
mhm.
10. I think Merrick Ferrera not being here, that would have been a SAG pick,
It
over
would
a
have been.
pick.
I
So
didn't see it happening though.
mhm.
And I guess Barbie didn't overperform here, whereas Oppenheimer got everything it pretty much could have. So maybe
Yeah.
Oppenheimer does just win ensemble.
The only thing that I think could still happen, that I think there's a 1% chance, is a Jesse
Mm,
Plemons type nomination like he got for Power of the Dog, and Matt Damon sneaks in for Best Supporting Actor. That's the 1% chance.
mm,
But I
that
feel
would
like
be
in
insane.
it here too. So, but no, Jesse Plemons didn't happen here, so you never know. That's the one thing I think that could happen. Um, that would be crazy. If Matt Damon's nomination is what made it one of the most nominated movies in Oscar history, that'd be crazy. Um,
Yeah.
but I think he's as responsible for that movie as Damon
He
as
provides a nice
Brown
lighter tone to it.
and Murphy. All the people on the poster, all 5 of them, I think, really do exceptional work. So their
Yeah.
names on the poster, they're not hiding in the atomic cloud.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Okay, guys. I think that's it. I think that's
Shots
it
of
for
the
now.
feet.
I'm so defeated. We'll have a Emmys prediction live stream tomorrow that will hopefully be a little happier because I think there's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of happy things hopefully happening at the Emmys. And then Friday we'll talk about all of this, break it down more. DJ and PJ will also have been out by then. But for now, I will be crying and yelling and destroying things and calling
Remember,
every SAG
Jesse
member
Awards show,
personally.
his performance is exactly the same as it was 24 hours ago.
It
You
needs
know,
to be remembered in the lexicon of film. And I think an Oscar nomination helps with that so much.
yeah. Well, let's hope
Yeah.
Netflix doesn't just delete it from its services. That's a way to not remember it
Oh my
forever.
God, don't even bring that up. Let's maybe Criterion takes it. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Where can they find you on the internet, Anthony?
At Anthony_post, Twitter, Letterbox. You know where to find me.
And I am at Oscar Film FC, where I'm going to be tweeting at SAG directly about this travesty and what they can do to fix it. They can still change the lineup. I think you can update it, knock someone out. But
You'd have to
okay,
prove that one of those people broke the rules. So you would have to really
yeah,
find, like, Willem Dafoe did some shady campaigning to get him
he did.
disqualified. Even so, I
He
don't
did.
think, as we learned with Andrea Riseborough during that whole craziness, people were saying if she loses her nomination, you don't then nominate Viola Davis or Daniel Detweiler in her place. It just becomes a
Uh,
category of 4.
they probably just put Mark Ruffalo there instead. Okay, so those are the SAG nominations. Comment your thoughts on all of that down below. Like the video, subscribe, stay tuned for everything that's coming up this week. Lots of stuff. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, everyone.